So lots of people have been requesting a guide for Unknowable domain, so I came up with a free to play friendly guide which should be easy to follow. To start off with the team, you want to use Shrey, Hunt March, your best Harmony character and your best Sustain character. You can clear this mode with full free to play characters, however you will lose some consistency on the runs, so just use your best Harmony character and Sustain characters to assist March and Shrey. The idea of this team is that there will be lots of actions to trigger Scepters and Cleansing module. The team comp also has relatively cheap ultimates. To start, pick follow-up attacks as your extrapolation alignment. Reset your runs until you find a blue follow-up attack scepter. This should only take a minute or two. You pick the scepter as it's the easiest to trigger. First of all, do not use ultimates on the first fights. Save it for the first boss domain. Since the first 4 fights are free wins, there should be no reason to use ultimates. The main goal of the first plane is to build 200 cosmic fragments to upgrade your first scepter. Adventure domains are very good at this. Any reward domains are great too, since some of them give a 3-star scepter. Even if the 3-star scepter isn't what your team needs, its damage is good enough to carry the first plane. Any components you receive, just pick the ones that align with follow-up attacks. Also, any component that improves charging efficiency or reduces charge needed is worth picking as well, since we want to activate scepters as much as possible. The only component which takes high priority is the Cleansing module, which is the best component for this run. Other than that, focus on combining components to upgrade its rarity. And finally, ranking which domains are best to go to. Reward domains have the best rewards and a chance to get a 3-star scepter. Adventure domains can give a Curio 2-star component plus 100 cosmic fragments. Encounter domains has a chance to give you lots of curious components or cosmic fragments. Occurrence domains are quick and have decent rewards. Wealth domains give cosmic fragments and either curios or components. Combat domains tend to be time consuming and the rewards are not great. Once you reach the first boss domain, if you do not have enough cosmic fragments to upgrade the first scepter, and nothing else has gone correctly in this run, you can reset. Other than that, start recycling your useless components. Like before, just focus on upgrading the rarity of your current components. You can play around with the team comps you have, and once you are ready, initiate the fight. With the team there are a couple really good matchups. If the enemies are quantum weak or imaginary weak, you will be able to weakness break them incredibly well. The scepter we started with charges on ultimate usage. Since we've saved our ultimates, we should have at least 2 uses of our scepter. With a free to play team and the current team I'm using in this video, I usually end up using 1 cycle. I've put the link of free runs in the video's description if you want to properly observe my team's rotations. I would recommend resetting if you consume 2 or more cycles. Once you beat the first boss, you will get 1 2-star scepter. Here are the list of my recommended scepters, and I usually end up picking 2 charge scepters and 1 speed scepter. For decision components, aim to get any of these components. The 3 listed are great at comboing with another scepter, which can effectively make an infinite combo. The other components I've listed are viable, but not as strong as the ones shown previously. I would refrain from going into store domains unless you have Disc Curio. The cosmic fragments need to be used for upgrading scepters. In the second plane, you have 3 domains before running into the next big fight. Like before, just focus on going into the highest priority domain, upgrading your components, and if possible, get a 3rd scepter. If you didn't get a high tier decision component, you may struggle on the next fight. This fight is a lot more difficult compared to the first boss domain. However, the good news is that the game gives you 2 free cycles which do not consume your additional cycles. Like before, just focus on your team's rotations and triggering your scepters as quickly as possible. This fight may be tough for your sustain, so you can try and use a second sustain character to try and make the fight easier. Depending on which 2 elites you get, this fight can go either smoothly or horribly, considering that these 2 elites are a pair. Once you beat this fight, you gain 6 1-star components and a decision component. If you don't have any of the top tier decision components at this point, you need to start thinking about re-rolling your current decision components. You may want to get a 3rd scepter before reaching the second plane boss. Usually you can get one from either an occurrence domain, a reward domain, a wealth domain, or a store domain. Once you reach the second plane boss, you may have enough cosmic fragments to get a 3-star scepter. Getting this curio helps a ton as well. Also, make sure you have at least a 2-star cleansing module at this point. If you don't, then this fight's going to be tough. Like before, replace useless components for more useful ones, and of course upgrade the rarity of your components. You may need to spend 1 to 2 cycles for this fight depending on how well this run has gone for you. The toughest matchups for this fight are the ones that can consistently stun your characters, so just be mindful of that. After the fight, you will get a 3-star scepter and a decision component. Like before, you can use my recommendations earlier in the video to decide which one to pick. If things have gone slightly well this run, you should be able to combo some of your scepters to help activate each other. On the 3rd plane, just focus on improving your build. I recommend building 2 3-star scepters before the 3rd plane boss. If you only have one 3-star scepter at this point, I suggest getting cosmic fragments from wealth domains. Other than that, just play as I recommended earlier. Once you go into the respite domain, focus on getting the best build possible, which includes upgrading all your scepters to 3 stars. Another big priority is getting a 3-star cleansing module, which will give the character with the highest crit damage an extra turn every 5 attacks. If you are low on cosmic fragments, do not worry about re-rolling your decision components. For the 3rd plane boss fight, you may need to save your ultimates like Lingsha and Gallagher for sustain uses. Following the guide, you should hopefully beat this fight. If not, you can let me know in the comments if you're still struggling on anything, and I'll try my best to assist. Both Hunt March and Shrey are free to play characters, so this guide can work for everyone. This guide can also extend to the 4th plane, but since there's no rewards for it, I will not be covering it. All the Lycones I've used are free to play obtainable from either MOC, Herta Store, or 3-star Lycones, which you should have anyways. You should have all these Lycones to at least S1. For March and Shrey, I've used the 3 relics provided by the game. For Tingyan and Lingsha, I've used standard builds. You can find the full details of my builds in the full runs in the description. Like and subscribe and comment if you have any questions. I'll probably only use my voice for guide videos like this.